Yeah. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. Look, crazy 8th grade, nerdcore rap guy. Got into a dual fate and I just pulled a trap card. Third-rate rappers with a 4th-rate catalog. Destined for the shadow realm, y'all should never act hard. Flow is so insidious that I need an apprentice type. Master with the force, peep the context in my sentence, right? Phantom like the Sithis, just don't ask me what my pen is like. They know that I'm the menace, who you kidding? Bitch, I'm Dennis Knight. Sweet to drive, hide-headed, rhymes are surely cold. Tested, you can never twist my metal like the jury goes. So I ain't never mad when I push it to the max. I got Chris riding with me, bout to turn this bitch to Fury Road. Since animated, I'm the one the crew congratulated. Winners will provide protective cover like it's laminated. Damn, I made this 16 like a guillotine. It's fascinating. If you think that you're ahead, you get decapitated. All that aside, I ain't merely here to rap words. I'm here to tell you who representing for the black nerds. And to remind you, neither one of these are bad words. Biggest living mirrors, they just choose to see it backwards. Who be the leaders of discussion when a topic trends? Dissections got the culture under microscopic lens. Who got the type that you can miss it from the start and make you feel like an expert on the subject by the time it ends? Check the stat, Louis, viewership is mad nice. All these other shows don't seem to cut it, that's a bad slice. Off the books with unscripted jewels you can't write. No vampires, but these interviews on Anne Rice. Yeah, this is the best part. Rhymes on Mandalorian, Independence made a best score. Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't know this drama, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define math, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. I'm Mary band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blerd's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Hey everybody, guess what? We're back. It's Thursday night. You're back here again with Blerd's Eye View. Remember, hit that like, that share, that subscribe on the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you know when we go live at all times, anytime with special guests, live shows, and updates. So once again, thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, you won't be disappointed. And if you are a returning viewer, subscriber, or such along those lines, thank you. We also take donations, keeps the ship afloat. Patreon will be coming soon. And while we're at it, in the chat, tell us what you like to see on the Patreon. Also, you can check out blerdseyeview.org, where you'll see some of the latest news, reviews, and just things that come from our point of view that only we can break down. So without further ado, I want to get this started. We got our shipwright in the building. Spartan, what's happening?
Yo, it is Thursday, as in one more day of work. Although I thought today was gonna be my last one. The way I snapped on dude, I was like, that might have been it. Your boy might have been saying he had a extended weekend.
Oh, man. What's going on, man? What's going on, Bama? Bama's in the building. Man, it's been a thing. Our grill the horror is in the building. Are you rested, my dear?
Yeah. I'm so tired of shit. I am so tired of shit, for real.
When I say I just came out of a 20-minute power nap, I meant that.
Oh no, if I went to the power nap, I would have been done.
I literally just walked out of just got done finishing watching Invincible and took a power
I just
nap
started watching that.
and just said I need a few minutes to kind of look. I went to bed at 2 a.m. the night before and had to be back up at 5. So I was just like, I can do it, but I need a power nap in between.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Or a lot of Red Bull.
I can't touch it. Coffee and Red Bull are not my friends now.
Oh no dose and coffee are my best friends.
See?
Ooh, not no dose.
Look here, Jesse. Look here, Jesse.
I will fuck some no dose up. That is for sure.
Not no dose.
It's been saving me since college. Stop playing.
Lord, don't let Jesse Spano hear you say that.
Right back to that Saved by the Bell episode.
Excited.
I'm sorry. I have a drug problem on caffeine pills. That's
our very own Nail Smith, Pressed by Z, aka Whoopty freaking dude, is in the building. What's going on, Whoopty?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How is you?
I've been getting back into my reading bag, and I decided to do a clear out this weekend, and I realized I thought my backlog for video games was ridiculous. My TBR for books is even worse.
Oh, girl.
It's easy.
It's funny. I kind of did the same thing too, because my house, because now that we're cleaning out my dad's house, so I'm taking stuff in and then I need to put it in storage. I just started putting a lot of stuff of my own stuff in storage, and some of that is books that I just buy and then just never have time to read.
Look, I still got a pull list stack like this damn thick. I said, go back to old school ways, whittle away 15-20 minutes, get you about 3 books.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I started with Bitterroot too.
I was gonna say I just built a shelf.
Because Kira's doing it. I don't have any place to build a shelf.
I think this is what we call adulting now.
Yeah,
very much is.
Because it's just like, but I used to have so much time to read comics. What the hell?
I've learned that secret. Give up sleep.
Oh my god!
Give up sleep, or give up sleep, or get a 6-month-old. It's virtually the same thing.
Yeah.
Get a 6-month-old baby. You have no sleep.
My second command has to disagree. Here she is now.
Hi.
What?
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a problem. I've started a new habit, and I don't have shelf space.
Legos.
And
I actually wanted to get into Lego, and for the very reason that you say that you have a problem is the reason why I'm not doing it.
But I did this one in an hour. I was very proud of myself.
Here, I have a problem. Problems are for quitters.
The only thing that I have space for is the cool things that Otaku Noir gives us.
See,
I'm not
That's
even.
the only things that I have space for.
I know.
Shout out to Otaku Noir.
I still have the Black Panther. I have the Talon.
I want.
It's kind of hard to give up.
Wait. What were you gonna say, Kira?
I want the. I need the Millennium Falcon. I need the black.
I'm sorry. Can you say it louder?
I need the Millennium. I need the black Millennium Falcon.
I dead ass want that, and I don't know where I would put it.
I know I don't have
I need it. Oh no, Lainey. No, the one that you build.
That's what I'm saying. It's way too big. I have nowhere to put it.
What you mean you got it?
When we started talking about that, 2 months ago? We were talking about that.
It is on the big side.
And I'm like, yo, I don't know where I would put it. And I'll be damned if I build that thing and then it falls over.
Now, wait, why did my mom say, oh, you could just hang it from the ceiling? I'm like, how? Pourquoi? Where?
Bless your heart.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
You kind of
not from the ceiling.
Not from the ceiling. In New York. Do you know that's concrete? That is concrete. I ain't doing that.
When I say
that work for it to go over, no.
The shelf that bookshelf I have behind me, you have no idea how many times I want to look at the Marvel Legends sets, and I'm like, one of y'all have got to go. because I need the Falcon to sit up there. I need the Falcon, the Black Falcon's talon in the ship. I need all that sitting up there, right there, so I can have it out the way. I swear. But plus side, it's therapeutic as hell.
I have never been so relaxed.
It's
wait.
I don't care what no one says. Legos will shut things down.
Wait, I don't know. I'm gonna lose this piece. I know I am, but it shoots. It shoots.
Yeah.
It goes bang bang. It went bang bang, and I said, "Oh, you should." Oh, I didn't need this. Not for $20. For $20.
There's a couple must-haves that's on my list. There's a couple more Star Wars ships on my list. The X-plane, X-Men's fighter plane, and then they had the nerve to show the X-Mansion, and I'm like, well, yeah, space needed. It was like showing me that X-Mansion with the Sentinel, and I'm like, so you mean to tell me I can go ahead and get the mansion, get the X-Wing fighter, have the Sentinel, and have the entire X-Men 97 crew?
Mm-hmm. And yet,
pockets.
You say that, and they have a wonderful little star. They have a wonderful little Star Destroyer and a nice little Death Star that I would love to have. That will probably take me the better part of 3 months.
Yeah, the Legos are
motherfucker.
they are absolutely fun to build. I actually did a Twitch stream of me just putting the Black Millennium Falcon together. I just did a Twitch stream with that. That was fun. Yeah, therapeutic.
And how, sir? And how?
It goes back in the hole, and then it clicks.
Yeah. I swear to God, Lady Mandalore. I swear, when I put the Falcon down, when I lay it down, in my head, it sounds like the Falcon is landing. I'm not.
Oh, no, there's a lot of pew 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 pew. That goes on in my head. Pew pew pew.
I'm literally just letting it land, and I'm just hearing it in my head. I swear, and it has Darth Jar Jar. It has C-3PO as a bounty hunter. It has Beachcomber Luke because basically it's a reverse of what we know as Star Wars.
Yeah,
and they actually have a series. They have I think it's an 8-episode series on Disney Plus, and so everything you think you know is completely flipped. It's completely flipped. Darth Vader is a Jedi. He's a white Jedi. And they all come with that ship.
What series is this?
Hey, Mel.
It's called Rebuild the Galaxy. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah.
I just restarted Disney Plus because of Daredevil, so I'm behind on a lot of Disney Plus stuff that are low key things.
Yeah, I think the 2 weeks after I got done building that show started, because I seen it and I'm like, when was this a thing? And they make there's a couple ships that's from that series. I said, when was this a thing? The show wasn't even out yet. They weren't even promoting it.
Wasn't the Lego set out way before the show anyway?
Yeah. So I was just like, and I seen it twice in 1 week. And what made me get it, I said I went back to the same store, and a brother that was sitting there, I seen him the second day, and I seen him holding it, and I looked down the aisle, and he was like, I had to get it, man. And I said, oh, you're not alone. I'm grabbing this last one too.
This one has numbers on the bag.
Oh,
it's bigger.
I bought a little fold-out table and everything for like when I do the setup. Man, it's a whole thing. I swear to God.
There's a sticker. Oh, there's stickers. Okay.
See?
You are like a little kid in a candy shop right now.
I like
it. Look.
Oh shit! This is a thick bench. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Now I was gonna try to do this during the show. Never mind. No.
Look, it's a journey. It's fun. It is. I like collecting comics. I like collecting comic book related stuff and nerd culture stuff. And I said, "Oh, this is cool. Like, oh, this is a very cool Lego set. I need this."
Yeah.
And that Millennium Falcon is my biggest build. That was my biggest build. So
it's got Zaddy on there too. That's Moff. That's Moff.
Moff Gideon. See, that's the one I'm going.
That's not that. That is Zetty.
Zaddy.
Oh man. So without further ado,
Hi.
Our guest is in the building.
Yay!
This gentleman has been in damn near everything. He is a writer. He is a producer. He is an actor. He has a podcast called Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood. He is. he was the punch-up writer for Good Burger 2. He also was a writer for Fairly OddParents and New Wish. He has an Astronomy Club where he's acted on that's currently on Netflix. He has been in an episode of Me, You, and Ashley 2, which is on Black Mirror. That was the episode with Miley Cyrus, where he plays a producer called by the name of Habanero. This man I'm going to run down his IMDb when we bring him on. But James the Third is in the building. What's going on, my guy?
Hello. I'm sorry that there was a do. Oh, the applause. Thanks for having me, and thank you for reading my credits so in-depthly.
If I'm anything but, I'm complete in what I do. James, thanks for number one, thank you for reaching out to us. And number two, thank you for being a part of our childhood, I guess. Being in so many childhood and adulthood, being in so many projects that it's hard to pick which is a favorite.
Yeah, I would say I guess I'm a part of reminding you of your childhood, I guess, if anything. Yeah. But I wasn't if it's a childhood thing, I was just there too. I was there into the stuff too, and
so it's amazing where I see you in some of the things. Just real quick, buckle up, kids. City Island, he was a writer. Fairly OddParents, A New Wish, he's one of the staff writers. Kevin Hart's The Kennedy Center Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, where he's a writer. Mahogany Drive, Young Dylan, Double Cross with Blake Griffin, The All-Star Nickman Spectacular, all that. Adam Ruins Everything, Astronomy Club, Projecting.
The audience is listening to this going, I don't know any of these.
Oh no! The
audience is like,
they know.
I know Adam Ruins Everything. That needs to come back.
Right. I knew the Wish.
I follow him on Instagram because of I'm like I'm listening to that guy. He knows what he's talking about. So
yeah,
so he might bust a bubble a couple times, but and here's you worked on an episode of Black Lady Sketch Show. You've worked on an episode of Abbott Elementary, Marvel Squirrel Girl, the Unbeatable Radio Show, Warped. You've been human resources. You've been attached to so many projects. Is your mind blown? Is the question I should be asking.
I'll say this: my mind is blown. It's blown for a lot of reasons. Yes, it's blown that I've worked on any of these things that meant something to me when I was a kid. Truly, I'm amazed every day, and I can't believe it. And then I'm also blown because what I'm saying, the wallet is not. It's not thick. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, you would hope if you was attached. You would hope if you was out here attached to just this, that, and the third that you might just be able to. My 2-year-old, my 2-year-old school is expensive. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh my God! So, I guess where we could start at is what got you started into writing.
Oh wow, great question. It was a long road, I think, but the long story short is, I was doing comedy in New York, and or I was doing theater in New York, and I wasn't booking the way that I wanted to book. And so I was like, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a solo show. And it's the typical like eye rolly like solo show. Like when you think of the idea of a one-man show in your head, it was gonna be that. It was gonna be me wearing all black, and slam poetry was involved at some point, you know. And my dad and this, that, you know. And so, but because I was doing that, I started doing comedy because I wanted to kind of have it not be super heavy and have it be something that people, you know, could enjoy, sit and watch and enjoy. And then through comedy, that opened up a lot of doors. I started working with my comedy partners, Astronomy Club, and we together started working with like Comedy Central on the digital side, and like a IFC, which is not, I don't think they are around anymore, but like Sherman's Showcase was on IFC to bring,
Right,
you know,
right.
and we're working with places like that. And then that led to kind of everything else. Kind of, it was a domino effect. The dominoes were moving kind of like, you know, but that was what started the rest of it.
So that is an impressive. It's in a very impressive resume, and I agree. We need to pay our actors and our writers for the content that they put out there, because when the more I read your resume before when you sent me the bio, which was the short version, and I said, okay, and I said, let me dive in. I'm like, oh, I've seen this guy before.
Yes.
Things I've seen, you know, he's in things. So being attached to some of those things, when you first thing was Punch Up Writer for Good Burger 2. I'm like, I've seen Good Burger and Good Burger 2. I like them. And then I see Black Mirror. I'm like,
wait a minute.
I like that because I like Black Mirror. And so I see all these projects that you've been a part of. And you talk about how you started out in writing and in theater and in comedy. And has there been moments in this field, obviously, where you just have to look back and say, this is a dream? This is I can't believe I'm here right now.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, I mean, Good. So Good Burger specifically. So good. So okay, let me tell you the All That story, because I also worked on the All That reboot as well. And so this is the All That story. The show came back for season 11, and so it's technically season 11 of All That. You know, after I don't know how many years it was or whatever. And I interviewed for it twice. I didn't get it the first time. But my first interview, I was like, so like, I'm interviewing for All That, you know, and it was like, and the head or they weren't head writers, they were producers at the time, but producers that were gonna come on and be on the show it was like Kevin Coppolo, and if you remember the show, Kevin the stage manager, who would come out and be like 5 minutes. That guy wrote with his writing partner Heath Seifert, wrote a bunch of sketches, and they also wrote the first Good Burger and the second Good Burger as well. And it was like, I'm gonna get to meet and work with, you know, and it was just like truly like this is incredible. I can't believe that this is happening to me, you know. And then I didn't get it. then I didn't get it, and they did, you know, they made like 13 episodes of the show, and they were looking to do like a restructure as they continued season 11, which is what it ended up being that I worked on. And then while being in that space and working on All That specifically, I met Kel, and I met Elisa, and I met Lori Beth Denberg, and all of these people, and it was like, I remember the Big Ear of Corn. I was like, I remember all of this stuff. I remember, and my role in the room, I wrote a bunch of sketches and had a recur in that season that I worked on. But like my primary role was like having an encyclopedic knowledge of the of the previous show. And so like they would be like, have we done this before, and I would like, in my brain be like, what did it, do the calculations, trying to figure out what I remember doing. And so it was like what I remember seeing. And so it was truly amazing to like have such reverence for them and be able to be a part of that. And then because of that, how much that meant to me, that is why they brought me on to work on Good Burger 2. And it wasn't until Good Burger 2 that I got to like meet like Keenan and stuff like that. And so like, but truly, when we did the read through of Good Burger 2, we did it in the room. They told me after the fact, this is the room that they did the read through of the first movie, and I was just like, what is going? I can't believe I'm sitting here watching them do it, And so truly, like a lot, I've had a handful of like, pinch me, am I dreaming? I can't believe I'm here type moments. Black Mirror was shot in South Africa, and so it was like, I'm going to Africa. I've never even thought I would ever step foot on the motherland. I'm going to Africa. So, and which was also a dream.
So, Lady Mandalore, question?
I realize I have a typo in my name, but also I have been listening to Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood for years, my guy, for years.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Never in a million years would I have thought you'd be here. So thank you so much for coming on. I am a longtime fan. And yeah, man, if y'all don't know James, he's in everything. You may not see his name because you're not paying attention and you don't stay for the credits, and it's a crime because you should, because that's how you get to know good writing and good people. But he's in everything. He has been in everything.
Well, bless you. Thank you for listening.
Of course.
Thank you for listening. I appreciate that. I appreciate longtime listeners too, because sometimes we'd be like, are they still out? Are they out there? Are they still holding on?
Very much so.
Do people still care about this? We've been doing it for 40.
We want to see you guys are like the canaries in the coal mine. We need to test the waters. We need to know if y'all are okay. Not great, just okay. Then we know that things are going in the right direction.
So it's funny because Lady Mandalore had told me, she was like, "Oh, I know him," and I'm like, "Huh?" She was like, "Not know him like biblically, but I know him." and then she says, "I listened to the podcast," and I'm like, "There's a podcast?" Oh, and then she told me, and I'm like, "You just gave me a new show to listen to." Oh, and I started. There was a conversation. I started with the one where you did a breakdown for Captain America: Brave New World, and I'm listening, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
I said, don't hurt me.
Sure,
he's got a point. It's not horrible. The movie's not bad. It's really not bad.
Yeah,
it's just, and I mean, it did overtake the first Avenger. It did overtake a couple other Marvel projects. It is doing its job. It's just as you stated.
That's a tough one for. No, go ahead.
No, it was like, as you stated, did we hit our peak when it came to, I guess, the Black heroes with Black Panther, or when it came to Marvel? Was the peak was the peak Black Panther? And it really made me think. I'm like, was he right? Was it really was that the hit? And we just got lucky with Endgame, but it didn't hit the. Oh my! It was like. Maybe it was. I don't know, but here we are. So
yeah,
but I am thoroughly entertained. So trust me, I'm at work just typing away, and then I stop. Okay, and it's just me and my guy. Just me and my guy. So we had the office to ourselves anyway. And, Oh, this can wait. Hold on.
They on to something. They cooking right now. What they? I didn't see it that way. Let me sit back for a minute with my tea. Get away from me. Me.
Yeah. Chris, we need. You can't get it right now anyway. We're not Amazon. So
Captain
find somebody else to do it. Not step back.
It's a tough one for us because it's like it's a thing where I don't think any of us like hated the movie or anything like that. But it's a thing. It's one of those things where like as the more we talked about it, the more disillusioned by everything we became. So like by the end of talking about it, it's like we're only talking about things we didn't like. Whereas like that's one of those things where you leave the theater excited and invigorated and and so yeah that.
But see, that's the thing.
and
this is what we do here. Like we do our, we go to these movies all the time, and we do our reviews, and we for the majority of films we see, we do like, and this is one of them. However, unlike much of the rage bait that we see out there, we explained why something didn't work or where something could have been different. We just don't say, oh, we hated to hate it. It was like, okay, I see where this kind of faltered. It didn't mess up the storyline, it didn't mess up the flow, but it makes you wonder, why did they go that choice to make that choice?
So basically every Sony movie ever made.
Yeah.
No, they could get the just. It's trash. There's not a lot of explanation needed,
and yet did not affect the MCU whatsoever.
No,
fair.
Literally. So, all these projects you worked on, and Tafari is like our 90s aficionado when it comes to Nicktoons and ABC Family cartoons and stuff like that. To be in that realm of that millennial childhood pool and say, I've contributed to this childhood that I came up with. I contributed to this thing and I've added to it. And we've had Keenan on the show before. And to contribute to these types of projects and say, I've been there, I've done this, I love it. Like you said, I'm going to the motherland. Wait, we're going to Africa? Like, whatever do I wear? So it's those type of things when you try to figure out what it is you're doing. But I mentioned Black Mirror, which quickly became a favorite show of mine. And you're talking about a literally, quote unquote, no pun intended, mirror image of what we deal with when it deals with technology and political landscape and just everything we're going through. Good Lord, I hate to see what this new season's coming up with. But but when you got thrust into this and then you're saying, oh, this is different. You have a level of Jordan Peele-esque, because on one end you're working on a children's movie or cartoon, and then on this end you're dealing with this sci-fi political landscape / horror a little bit, and you're an everyman. You're an everyman.
That is the goal. Like the goal is to, and I guess part of the struggle too, but like the goal is to just kind of make the stuff that I like. And so what I love about somebody like a Jordan Peele is like there is certainly a box that he is in right now, but you can't box him in because he's so versatile and so, and has that sort of ability to do all kinds of different things. And Black Mirror was same. Like when I first, I think the show had been on for 2 seasons before I watched an episode, and by the end of the first one, which I know they now they don't show it to you in a specific season order, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I think back in those first the episodes, I mean.
Yeah.
But for those first 2 seasons, I think the first episode was the pig, like the prime minister is going to have to have sex with this pig or whatever.
That one was
and it was
wild.
like, because of YouTube. It was just like YouTube meant the prime minister was going to have sex with a pig. And I remember by the time that was done, I was like, yeah, I see how that could happen. I see a world in which YouTube could lead to a prime minister having sex with a pig. What's next? And then the next thing I knew, I was hooked. So that was an unbelievable kind of thing to be a part of.
Wow.
I wonder how that could take someone down. Because because like one of my favorite episodes is on that series. It was Black Museum, and because it was kind of like
I didn't hear the title.
Black Museum.
What was Black Museum? Oh yeah.
Black Museum was like, because it was a combination of everything that you've seen in that season, and it built up to that one episode because you've seen pieces from previous episodes, and then I'm like, we got one up. Shout out to Sherry.
Yeah,
we got one up. Grid of Horror, do you have a question?
I do. But mine is based off of your IG. First of all, I just want to say that you are a part of my childhood because I was a heavy All That fan in the 90s. So this year you'd be like Lori Denberg and Alyssa, and I can't remember the first black girl that was on there too. Did you meet her too?
Yeah. I have not met Angelique, but I was in the same room as her recently, and I looked up and saw her recently, maybe 6 months ago or something like that. I looked up and saw her and was like, I better go talk to Angelique, and then she disappeared into the night. Like she was just, I never saw her again, and I was so frustrated. So she has eluded me. I've not met her yet, but
yeah, she was underrated, and I looked up to her when I was a kid. But that is dope. Can you tell me more about Winston versus the Confederates?
Yes, I can.
The way that it looks like on IG, it looks like it could be a story, but then it also just looks like it could be a concept.
Yeah, I have not written that whole thing out yet, but there is like a 5-page version of that story right now, and it just I saw someone share a GIF of like someone in a jumpsuit with like no to the Klan on it, and they were holding like a rifle, and I was like, what if Winston, like from someone in a jumpsuit with the no symbol to the Klan made me think of like, oh, like what if there was an offshoot where Winston was on a plantation, and the South rose again. it's sort of the idea behind it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm working on right now. What I'm working on doing is now kind of deconstructing the specific Ghostbusters aspect of it. I've now called him Wayne Stone. He's not a Ghostbuster. He's a specter catcher. And writing the what would be the extended version of it, but I have a lot of fun ideas, and it's kind of like parroting what we know of Ghostbusters and mapping on what we know of Ghostbusters onto like what would happen if the Confederate South rose from the grave. An image that I'm excited about that is not on the page yet, but is essentially doing the Statue of Liberty thing to remove a Confederate monument. so at the end of the second Ghostbusters, they move the statue, and I'm just like, oh, what, and I don't know what else happened, but I'm kind of ruminating on this as a concept. But I really like it. The art's really great. The artist that worked on that. I don't want to butcher his name, but go to my IG. You'll find it. You'll see some of the stuff that he's done.
So all I can imagine is a Confederate general rising from the grave and trying to order coffee from Starbucks. Just be completely annoyed. Just Vente, we don't got no goddamn Vente. I thought the French left a long ass time ago.
Oh, man.
Or it starts a war in the Starbucks itself. It's a French stronghold or something.
He said Vente. He knew he was the enemy.
Ninja shouldn't be in here. You should be making my coffee, not beside me.
Why do I just first time I meet a black person? What plantation you from? And the black dude immediately goes, what? Just we are not our ancestors. As you walk around in the Civil War reenactment.
So speaking of which, speaking of the afterlife, you have a Kickstarter. It's called Junior. Now talk to us about Junior.
Yeah, remember that solo show about my dad that I talked about a little bit ago? Junior is a comic story that I wrote that it started by just sort of adapting a half-hour pilot that I wrote that is set in the afterlife, basically uses the Beetlejuice rules that, like, if you commit suicide, you have to work and you get a job in the afterlife. And so this is a situation. It's sort of like a workplace kind of screwball comedy set in the afterlife, and it has like kind of a Tim Burton skin to it. I worked with, for the first issue, Marcus Kwame Anderson. He got the Eisner for the Black Panther Party graphic novel that he did with David Walker. And they recently did Big Jim and the White Boy, which I still have not gotten yet, but I'm looking forward to checking that out. And it's the first two issues adapts that story, which basically is sort of breaking down this idea of, like, what if you didn't know your dad in life? Your dad died when you were very young, but then you met him in the afterlife and he's turned out to be a deadbeat dad. Like, he was like still a deadbeat in the afterlife. And there's all kinds of like supernatural hijinks that ensue. They, release a mummy, basically using the kind of Brendan Fraser mummy rules of, like, they break a jar and now mummies are loose and things of that nature. And so what this particular Kickstarter is getting out is that the first two issues were Kickstarted already. The third issue is in progress now, and the third issue kind of breaks down more of the netherworld, and we kind of take some of the tertiary characters and explore them in short stories. And I was also like, are there superheroes in the afterlife? What are what are some of these? What's that? What's that like? And so I have these guys called the Unalive Vengers who are dead and in charge of keeping the peace in the netherworld. And so that's one of the big.
That is a mouthful. That's a mouthful. It's the Unalive,
and that's exactly. That's literally what happens in the book. Is there's some back and forth of, like, how to say the name and why is the name like that and what. So
so we have the animatic for Junior, and we go check it out right now.
Oh, bless you. Oh, bless you.
So go to the rule of 3comics.com. You can check out that link, and we will have that link up in this show very shortly. But you got your hands in everything, my guy.
Right.
Like everything. Like, what is this?
Arguably too many things. Arguably too many things.
So, Whoopty, you have a question?
Just piggyback of what you said, you have your hands in too many things. You're a writer, you're a producer, you're an actor. Is there any one of the three that you feel like you want to hone into, or maybe you're happy doing everything?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that, writing specifically is sort of my bread and butter right now. And I have been fortunate enough over the last few years specifically to be doing more and more in the comic space specifically. But you know, it's that and animation are kind of the at the forefront right now. And mostly because of the sort of the limitless kind of nature of that. There's a limitlessness to art, to visual art, and there's a kind of limitlessness to particularly 2D animation. 3D animation, there's some limits. Everything that's built and modeled is a prop that you have to pay for, just like you would if it was in live action. So it's not as freeing as one might think. But yeah, and so though I really love how, and I also love the kind of the logic of cartoons, and the logic of comics is a little bit broader, a little bit more uncertain, and so I like playing in that space slightly more than the real world.
I would have to agree, and I would join you there. Good Lord. So you're not just in the comic, or in, well, not comics, but you're in comics, you are in comedy, you are in sci-fi and tech stuff, you are into cartoons. You're also in the late night talk show circuit as well. You've worked on Late Night with Seth Meyers, you've worked on last week Tonight with John Oliver.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I didn't know about that. I didn't see
I was about to say, dang. What have you not had?
Wait a minute. When did this happen? I was not informed.
Renaissance man. What have you?
I mean, he's got a little. He got a little razzle dazzle going on in there.
Excuse me, pardon me,
bro.
Oh,
This
wait.
This man
I
is like the kingpin right now.
was fortunate enough to work on those shows. Oh my goodness. Look at the little. Yes, I was fortunate enough to work on those shows.
So, what's it like to work on that scene, on those types of scenes? What is the energy like?
Yeah, it's fast. It's fast because they're typically, when they're working on something, it's like, this is going to be out today or tomorrow. It's not like we're doing this for something that's going to come out in 2-3 weeks, or even several months, like the average production that you might be working on. Mm-hmm. And it's fast. I remember because Seth Meyers might have been one of the first comedy things I got to do, and it was like I was in a handful of sketches on Seth Meyers, and I remember the first one. John Lutz wrote that sketch and was kind of at the center of it, and watching him work between shots was the most interesting thing to me, because he just jokes to him. I have heard people say this, that we heard like "kill your darlings" saying of like, sometimes you got to get rid of the some of the jokes that you might find precious or whatever. He did he was ruthless. He just murdered anything that didn't work. He'd be like, no, this is the funny one, we're gonna do this one, he wasn't precious about any one thing that was in a script that he wrote. Mm-hmm. If something else was funnier to him, he'd be like, oh, then that's what we're doing. And that had to be 10, maybe more years ago now at this point, but I was just really blown away by like how he worked. I hadn't seen something like that before. So and I think that plays into the what made him, or makes him, I don't know if he's still writing for late night, but what makes him successful as a a comedy writer is that like being that quick and being able to kind of just move to what they find funny as swiftly as possible.
I can dig it. Tafari, you got a question?
Yeah. So, how many episodes of Fairly OddParents did you get to work on?
Yeah, so I was there for the whole spinoff season. And so we did 40 carts is what we called them. So they're 11-minute episodes. We referred to them as carts. And I wrote, there was, how many of us? There were 5 of us, and I wrote maybe 7 of the episodes, including 2 half hours. So it was like the I wrote the mid-season finale, and then I wrote the season finale. In addition to, like, when Crocker came back, I got to write that episode, and then I also got to write a. Listen. That's exactly what I said, and then I also write a like a Groundhog Day-esque time travel loop episode, and it was I pitched the concept of that in my interview, and it was like maybe the second or to last episode that I got to write, and I was like just so. It was like a year of work, maybe a year and change, I think is how long we wrote on the show, and that truly was a highlight of it, was like seeing this idea that I had to try to get a job. I was like, oh, we could do something like this, and then that ended up being something that they liked and let me do on the show. So yeah, that one was great. And I also voice a character. His name is James. Now I just have to say, I didn't make this character's name James because I wanted to play the part. I gotta make it clear that I named it James as an inside. He was a guy who was into dinosaurs, and I'm notoriously obsessed with dinosaurs. Jurassic Park's my favorite movie. Blah 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 blah. And so I just thought it would be funny if the character's name would be James, and then he ended up being like they would bring him back all the time, and I think I'm in 3 or 4 episodes as this guy. So yeah, it was so much fun to get to work on A New Wish. And we finished that maybe 2 years ago at this point, and so we haven't heard about a second season. The longer time passes, the more you start to go, okay, I don't know if it's gonna, but hey, I mean, there's a lot of shuffling happening at Paramount with the Skydance. Skydance.
This is true. Yes.
Whoever it was that bought them. and so they don't. There's nothing formal. We haven't heard anything yet, and so we're still hopeful. We hope people. They just dropped all like 10 of them are on Netflix, and all 20 because they roped the carts together. So all 20 episodes are on Paramount Plus now. They just got released yesterday at the time of this live. So, hello. So please, watch it.
We tell people all the time to,
if you have,
check out all these shows that we are somehow attached to. This is why Blerd Station exists. For those who don't know or have been living under a rock, Blerd Station is an up and coming service that dedicates itself to showcasing and it's showing Black speculative fiction shows, whether it's live action, whether it's anime or comics, and we are pretty close to getting funded. Let's just put it like this: if you were mad about Lovecraft Country getting canceled, imagine if something like that was over there.
Right,
it's got a home. You don't have to worry.
I like it. It's not in the fact that y'all did a reboot. Y'all did what I call a successful continuation. Because Hazel's a fun-loving Black child. She's wearing a bonnet. She's not taking no sass from nobody. She cares about her friends. She cares about her older brother. She has 2 parents. Like y'all actually. Like I liked Fairly OddParents, but after a while, I feel like they just didn't know what to do because characters started disappearing. We didn't know where they were, and y'all at least picked up the torch and like, hey, some of them went on to have successful careers. Some of them we're seeing where some of those characters became successful parent or adults, but now I forget the rich dude's name. Well, he was a poor kid, but now he's a rich dad, but treats his son has the same separation he had from his dad, just with a better income. Also, the fact that they haven't announced y'all being scrapped, I'm just gonna say y'all will get a second season because right now you guys are technically like one of the only shows like Black girls have because we know Moon Girl is done. Tiana basically never had a chance. They just announced she's finished. But y'all have gotten this. What is like my comfort show I watch in the background. I know Netflix likes to be cheap and only order 10 episodes at a time. So when the other 10 get there, I will definitely have my sister watch those. But it's been cool.
It's cool. I only thought there was 10 episodes, so I'm really surprised.
That's what they do. I think they do that with animes and Paramount shows for some reason. They're like, we'll take half for now and we'll see how this does. And I don't know if it's a residual thing or they're just like pinching pennies, but
it's a weird thing they got going on when it comes to television shows and how they air them. It's weird now.
Paramount and CBS are just scared. They do this every time. Something gets on a roll, they'll go, oh, it's not enough. It's one person short. We're gonna cancel it. Okay, NBC Junior. Okay,
but give us another episode of NCIS. I'm like,
when it's successful.
When my man put on his glasses, don't come for NCIS like that.
let's be honest. When it's successful and it's black, it's like, hold up, I call it the Bill Cosby effect. Yeah, when it's successful and it's black, they got to stop it.
Yeah, because I very much remember all the hate the first trailer got, and I'm like, but y'all were the same one saying like the show should have ended at Channel Chasers, which I think was like at the end of like the third season, and we're on season 9, and then
I'm watching it right now.
And then I think the third Jimmy and Timmy Power Hour was like the last we saw of Jimmy Neutron before somebody decided Planet King was a good idea.
Right.
Then I realized, I haven't heard anything bad about the show. I'm like, so they definitely beat the allegations. Y'all just want to hate in silence. So I finally got to watch it. I'm like, they definitely, they've done it. They and Nickelodeon finally have done it. Please, especially when y'all are scrapping all your other OGs, like, please, for the love of God, keep this. Give them a second season.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you saying that, because I exactly what you latched onto about the show is why I was excited to do it in the first place, because there had already been the creators, Lindsay and Ashley had already kind of broken like what their thought was for a season, and the fact that it was like not a full-on reboot. It was like, no, this is this is in line with the show. We're calling it a spin-off. It's it continues some characters' lives and also like has its own energy to it that makes it unique to Hazel and to Hazel's friend group and stuff. And so yeah, I was really moved by that. So I hope, listen, from your mouth to God's ears and whoever else is pulling any kind of strings, that we get to do more.
Yeah, whichever one of y'all wrote that I guess when Timmy grew up and they went on their adventure of like retirement, whichever one of y'all wrote that they took a visit to Obama's inauguration.
I cannot remember who did that, but it was probably like Lindsay or Ashley or something, or honestly, everyone was so truly every writer that we got to the privilege of working with was so funny. It was one of the funniest rooms I've been a part of, and supportive. One of the funniest supportive rooms I've been a part of, and so yeah, I'm glad even a joke like that. I'm like, what even was that joke? But I'm glad that like
it makes you sit back and say,
with you,
okay, I like that. That was unexpected, and I'll take it.
In the first or like second, I'm just like, I had it on the background while I'm editing. I'm like, okay, they actually threw a little, because that's kind of what's threw me off some of these continuations. Like I think we all love the OG Rugrats, because when you get older, you realize, each of those kids are basically a different version of childbirth. One was natural, one was twins. Chucky had a sick mom. Tommy was a stillborn, or not stillborn, a premature birth.
Yeah,
and it feels like they took a lot of the flavor out of it with that, to the point where they just threw it away and now you can't even find it anymore. And I'm just like, this, y'all got it.
Yeah.
But with being in so many different rooms, because we just we saw 2 different posts today from like people we semi-know about just what advice would you give people about just not being too picky about opportunities? Because we saw I think Yvette Nicole Brown posted about like an episode she did 20 years ago of a show that just paid her a nice residual, and then we had a friend who was on Abbott Elementary, like, hey, I did background for Abbott, but that little blurry figure in the back, that's me. Y'all can stop cheating. But hey, a check is
Shout
a
out to
check.
Roxy Hayes.
He was in the room, girl. That's what
Yeah,
matters.
That's all that matters.
I want to be in.
I would say you got to be as judicious as you can, but also but to that point, you really never know what something is going to do for you, and I know a lot of people who never say no, and I know a handful of people who are very I won't do that or blah blah, or whatever, and each has their pluses and their minuses, but me personally, I'm a yes man, and so and it has proven to be great for me, particularly recently. Every specific thing that we've talked about today, particularly as it pertains to Nickelodeon and stuff, is it's always been the dream of childhood James, but I don't know if adult James ever thought that I would be here. I don't know if I ever thought that I would be writing, Nickelodeon shows and writing comics in the kid space, but I am really fulfilled by it in a way that I'm surprised, so and so you do truly never know where something is going to take you, and or you never know what's going to pay your rent. So
there's that. Then there's that.
How long that one thing's going to pay your rent for either.
Right. Yeah.
I
very uncertain.
Still get my first SAG job was Law and Order SVU in 20. I don't know, something like that. And
Kiki Palmer was right. Everybody's been in
the Law and Order vortex.
Yep.
Everybody through it.
Everybody's got like 600 episodes at this point, so
that's the key, everybody. We got to get on Law and Order some kind of way.
That is the true nexus point of all television. If you have yet to be on a Law and Order episode, whether it's SUV or the original or Criminal Intent, you have passed through the toll gate somewhere.
What is it? The dude from Blue's Clues. If he can be in it, everybody gets it. Everybody gets it.
Really? Really? We're gonna do that?
Steve is on Law and Order?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a villain. And he was a villain.
He was a villain.
Are you?
Yeah, he was an effective villain.
Well, I gotta see that.
It was a culture shock to a lot of us. We were just like, oh no. Not Steve. Not Steve.
Remember,
I'm about to look that up right now.
Everyone tuned in back in the day. Everyone tuned in to see Justin Bieber get blown away back in 07.
I gotta look at that. No, I'm kidding.
We're gonna take a quick break. James, can you stick around and watch? Check what else we're gonna be talking about. Some stuff that happened at Blerdcon. Maybe do a trailer review or two. We are coming back very shortly. We're gonna be here with James III, with the crew. You know how we do. We'll be right back.
Let's reach out one time.
Blerd's Eyeview is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eyeview for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented Blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd mystery box company.
This just in.
Feeling groggy in the morning? Coffee just can't give you that pep in the step that you're looking for? Try Pop Starts for that great get up and go that adults need. Pop Starts has the vitamin and nutrients that only grown-ups can partake in, and with flavors such as tossed salad and scrambled eggs, and Jack Daniels and Bud Light flavors to start your day or end it. There's nothing better to wake up to unless you count that depressing cubicle job. Well, anyway, try Pop Starts today. Pop Starts is not part of the Kellogg's Corporation. Pop Starts could give you diarrhea. Pop Starts are not found in your local grocery store. Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights, tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer, this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning, this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant. All right, the team is back in the building. We have quite a few things to check out. But the Lilo and Stitch trailer dropped. And I gotta say, it might be sold. I might be sold on this thing. It's a couple shots that's shot for shot.
It's cute or whatever.
They might be on to something. They might be on to something.
It's all right.
I need more promos of Stitch ruining other Disney films. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah.
We're nice, but I need you to get some of the live action actors back. Steal jazz
Right.
carpet, do everything.
So we're going to check that out right now. Here's a new Lilo and Stitch live action trailer.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He is trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one.
What hideous planet is caught in your crosshairs?
A shooting star! I wish for a friend. Like a best friend.
What the hell?
He's so cute and fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
Get down from there.
Look like an angel.
No. Control him. Hey, what are you doing? No, dogs on the table.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Rough.
Ew! We are not keeping this thing.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind
Or forgotten.
Stitch bad.
Sometimes family isn't perfect. That doesn't mean they aren't good.
Family.
That was close. I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
Agent Cobra Bubbles, we have a blue dog to catch.
Shut up! No, wait!
No. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, Stitch. 1.
I'm warmed up to it. I've warmed up to it.
I'm definitely against that just because of Stitch.
My daughter wants to see it,
Yeah.
so I'll be there.
From what
Yeah,
I can
I'm like,
hear,
oh,
It's a cute blue dog. The little girl is cute. Just fine.
Yeah.
And look at Courtney B. Vance, still making leaps in Hollywood.
Bro, that boy,
and
that-
still one of
that's
the luckiest men in Hollywood.
Right.
So
what do you think of the movie? Ohana means family. Okay, well, that means you like it.
Oh my God! Wait!
This whole time?
Are we?
This whole time?
Wait a minute.
See, Reverend, you just got Zuri's attention just now being Stitch.
That's crazy.
She looked around. She looked around like, are we watching Lilo and Stitch? She's looking for the.
So Ving Rhames for Bubbles was a no. I figured that was like the perfect casting.
Right.
Yeah, that's my question. Is where was he at? Like, why they couldn't get him?
I'm like,
they couldn't get him, or they couldn't.
Like, is
they
he still
couldn't
filming?
get Mike Coulter? Somebody.
I'm like, is Ving Rhames still filming Mission Impossible because Tom Cruise won't let it go?
Wow.
They are filming that. I'm on board. I'm on board.
I like that they brought back.
It's all right. It's all right.
Navy said, "Don't touch the originals. That's not wrong with it."
They brought back.
It's all right. Let's see what the popcorn buckets look like. Okay. That's
Nah.
what popcorn buckets look like.
Wait a minute. Navy, be quiet. They wasn't thinking about it till you said it.
It's too late. I could change it up and just say, Ohana means popcorn.
No, Ohana means cash flow.
They would give him a popcorn bucket based off the fact that he could do stick.
Facts.
That part.
That part. I think the plushie market is gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah, no, that's done. Oh, that's officially. Do you not see that right there? That's getting kicked right out the goddamn room. I promise you, immediately.
I also like that they kept the man with the falling ice cream bit. I hope that they keep, because it's a native movie, I hope they keep some of the stuff they deleted from the first one, because now that even back then it was hilarious, and I get why they kind of cut it. America was sensitive at the time, still is. But
America's sensitive.
like,
Yeah, I'm like, where you been?
They still show the original Jungle Book with a warning. Come on now.
I'm saying that they never animated it, but they had like some they showed like, I think it's the storyboards, or like basically Lilo controlling these tourists, and it never made the final film. So these tourists pull up next to Lilo, like trying to speak like Spanglish, and they're like, "Yeah, beaches, right?" So she just points, and then she basically goes, because she knows when like the test alarm for like a tsunami is, and she pretends like I'm the water guy when the alarm rings. She makes like all these white people scatter, and Bubbles comes up and is just like, "Why?" And she just goes, "If you lived here, you'd understand." I'm like, as a Floridian, I get it.
Put that back in. Put that back in.
Yeah, please put that back in. That's just 11. That's just hilarious. That's hilarious for anything.
It's only like 4 boards that they never clearly left on the cutting room floor. But I'm like that Pudge the fish not making it to the end of the film can leave. But
wow, no comment.
Pudge was not supposed to eat another peanut butter sandwich originally. Trolling the racist white tourists. Please keep that in the movie.
Lord, James, what do you think?
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. What I find interesting about these live action ones, what sticks out to me the most with some of these is how perspective changes when it's like, well, if it's real now, so this is what it should be. You know, like when you would see like Sebastian the Crab or something in Little Mermaid, and it's like, oh, it's a crab. We're now looking at a it's a real crab size now. And so like Stitch is now not the same size as Lilo. And that to me, I think is so interesting, like what that does to the movie. Like it's gonna change what even their dynamic is, because they used to see eye to eye, and now Stitch is puppy size. You know, is only puppy size, and Lilo is the size of a I guess 12-year-old girl or whatever her age is.
Opposed to her looking like she was the size of a toddler or something. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
What about you, Whoopty?
So I'm interested.
Lilo and Stitch, I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it. It looks like a good time. It looks like fun.
That's what it's always fun. Yeah, I mean, we've had this kind of success with Aladdin, where it started Will Smith, and they were up in arms about Will Smith, only to find out. I'm like,
he did a good job.
He said no, so that's it for all of us. It's a no.
No. His friend like me was pretty. His friend
like me was summertime. If summertime had an Arabian beat.
That's it. It hung in there.
I mean,
I liked it.
We all would have liked the original Genie, but I mean, rest in peace. Thank you, Robin, for paying. Because even in like Kingdom Hearts games, you can hear they're clearly trying to copy his cadence, like when he played that character.
Oh, that's a cadence you can't. Robin Williams is something.
Do you know if did they bring what's his name? Dan Homer Simpson.
Oh,
Simpson. I did it on the did it on the show, right? Or did it in, so did they bring him back for Kingdom Hearts? Probably.
I know. I think he covered everything after the second one. I'm not
Whoopty, you stupid.
Ross Marquardt does a lot of stuff.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
Ross Marquardt. Have you seen his Christopher Walken? It's insane. It's insane. No, but I like that. Navy, did you have a question for
James? His impressions are too good for me to be mad at him.
Yeah, that part. Like, it's spot on. He's like, he just right there in front of your face, spot on, and you're just like, I'm not even upset. It's pretty damn good. Davey, you're all the way in Vegas on the West Coast. You got any questions for James?
Yeah, don't yell at me, okay? I got to work this weekend.
I got a deep voice.
You working how can you be mad? You in Vegas?
Oh yeah, it's time to did it.
What does that mean? All that means is I got to work around people that are broke. Okay, you think they can stop gambling? Good grief! I'm looking at them all downtrodden.
It's not just the gambling, Navy. You are around the most wonderful choices of food that you can search for within a 2-mile radius.
Hashtag pink box. And today I went to the Roadkill Cafe. Let me tell you, I had the best barbecue in the world. I got rib tips, brisket, mac and cheese, and collard greens, and I'm telling you.
Oh, so this is ITIS that's talking to us right now.
Yeah, this.
Oh no, the ISIS hasn't settled in yet, my friend. Trust me. When it does, the Z's will be as big as this hotel. I promise you that.
I'm just saying.
But did you have a question for James?
Yeah. First of all, James, it's awesome to meet you. You very talented young man. With everything that you've been doing, what has been the one challenge for you through your entire career thus far?
The one? The biggest one.
You can only pick one, okay? Only one.
Yes. The biggest one has been I'm not gonna say imposter syndrome. I'm gonna say self-doubt, which is slightly different. But I am very, I will second guess and or undercut myself faster than anything. That's my it's a go-to that I have had for so long. And I was just listening to so it was something I saw on Instagram. One of the writers from the original Martin series talked about how he helped develop the show with Martin. In one of his first meetings, he they like wanted to bring in Martin to talk to Martin about the Martin show, and he was there because Martin was like, "You're coming with me," and they were like, "We're gonna just talk to Martin," and he was perfectly fine sitting down and waiting. And then after the meeting, they have a seemingly great meeting, but then after the meeting, Martin is like upset at this guy, and he can't quite tell why. And Martin's just like, "Don't ever do that again. You don't wait outside. You come in with me. You are here. You belong here." And I would have loved to have heard a story like that. I don't know, 20 years ago or so, whenever would have made most sense for me. But yeah, I would say my biggest challenge is myself, is sort of getting past the hump of like, of thinking that I'm right for this, that, or the third,
It's something about the creative mind that, like, if anything that you create, any type of artist, they tend to have that mirror image look at themselves. There's no way this is this good or whatever.
I'll put it to you like this: go ahead.
I was going to say, is there any space currently that you feel absolutely safe to be in a sense of job security, in a sense of creativity, or can think
job security? No.
No, but, I mean, especially
job security, absolutely not. AI is about to change all of this. It's about to be real hard, real fast. But
Molly, you in danger, girl.
Creativity and yeah. Yeah, but yeah, there are some spaces like that I do feel like, oh, I like doing this. I might have some, there might be a learning curve, or there might be like a thing I haven't quite figured out yet. But I was talking earlier about animation and working in comics, and I just really, anytime I feel bad about anything, it's like, well, no, this is part of it feels like a part of like growing pains rather than like, oh, you ain't shit, or whatever, the thing would be.
Oh man!
But I was gonna say, I have never felt kindred with George Lucas more than like when the special editions came out, and it was like, let me add a bunch of stuff into this tried and true, create this thing that's been a legacy and people love it. And but you know what? This needs to be more animated this way, and this needs to be and he's just tweaking this thing that is revered by millions of people. And I now understand why he did it. Now, do I think he should have done it? No.
Okay.
But I now get why somebody could have literally an empire and go, but it wasn't, but I need to do it. I remember being mad at him, 30 years ago, however long ago it was. and now I'm like, but I get it, sir. I get it now.
Yeah.
But we hang in there.
I hate you.
we hang in there. It's Star Wars. We hang in there.
Hanging in there.
We don't like it. We fuss. We fight, but we don't leave it alone. We just
we fall off in
but we hang in there. We stay. It's like but I'm gonna stick around. Gonna turn the corner eventually.
You're on the full middle there.
That's what it feels like, man. That's what it feels like for real.
And then here comes young Grogu, Mandalorian, and the young Luke, and then we were like, Okay, we're fine.
Okay, you fixed it. It's fine. We forgot. We forgive.
You want to talk about a
You
cash
give us
cow.
Ahsoka, and we were just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
They gave you Baby Yoda, and that was hotcakes off the shelves.
Baby, my ovary exploded. Exploded as soon as it came on the screen.
So
I have a little statuette in my room. That is a fact.
So, this past weekend at Arlington, Virginia, Blerdcon 2025 took off.
Mufasa.
Now, only part of Mufasa for what Blerd Station was in attendance once again during our live stream, and part of the crew was there. Part of this crew was there, and they handled their business. So, as news and media director for number one, I've said it several times. You guys did a fantastic job. Thank you once again. Yours truly, the captain, couldn't be there, but I was there and watching, and literally my namesake watching everything, making sure that it unfolded nicely. This year's fantastic guest was the very lovely Janelle Monáe.
She's beautiful. Oh my God. I don't want to be disrespectful.
James looked like his breath got taken away for a second there. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute, what happened?"
My word.
I was watching y'all nod and talk in unison, and then Flo almost crying. That's what. Like, had I cut the camera on like 1 second sooner, she was like, "Is it Blerd?" And they both in unison, Blerd
Station. Blerd Station.
So and there's just here's some of the pictures. I'm just going to show one of the pictures for right now anyway, and while we'll talk about it. But the crew was in attendance and they did their thing. Here we go right there.
Yeah, we were all right.
You know,
it's after me.
There was someone there. There was someone dressed as Michael Jackson's Thriller and as the character, the girlfriend, walking away, and their caption was, "She has no idea what she's in for tonight." That was the caption.
That was great.
Like you knew they were an actual couple, but they were walking away, and all I could do was laugh. I'm like, "Oh, that's hilarious." That
there were a lot of Ola Rays that weekend. There was a lot of Ola Rays.
You know, nobody played the song, and that's a damn shame.
What? That was a missed opportunity.
I thought they were going to do a flash mob of the dance, and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
So Eris was saving it. Shout out 3 Black Geeks. Eris was like, "I'll save it for one of the other DJs in a later set." So he ended his set with a bunch of red flashing lights, and then the exact song and scene from Blade on loop.
Oh, I mean,
not the Dutch house music.
The techno blood rain scene. That was
yeah.
He was like, "I'll do that. Somebody else can do Thriller." And nobody did. They did get a They got an impromptu concert on Saturday, and I think that took place of it.
I'm just saying, you got all those people dressed up in the original Thriller characters, and not one person who has Apple or Spotify didn't go out of nowhere and say, "Let's see how many people are going to jump to this."
You know what's wild? There were no zombies. I did not see not near one zombie out there.
Only from the pictures that have been going online, I've only seen 2.
Wait,
and I can't even remember what they are.
Blerdcon was in DC, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Zombies were about 2 miles in the other direction of the White House.
I did drive through Pennsylvania.
So,
I have seen in Uncle Ruckus for the first time. I saw a stink meter in full cosplay.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's clutch. That was clutch. That's clutch.
Man, what's really good?
No, that's how he announced himself. Everybody was minding their business, just walking, and then at the top of the escalator, you hear, "What's good, yoga?"
Yep. See, that's perfect timing.
And then you see everybody look up and just scream, "What's really good?"
So, James, I don't know if you've ever heard of Blerdcon, but it's a once-a-year event. It's a comic book anime. So you have. So that went down this weekend. Normally it takes place in the summer, but this is the first year it took place in March, and I think that might be the time window for it going forward for a couple of years.
It's Geeknik next year is what I saw.
Yeah, it is. Well versed, I like that.
Geeknik.
I'm too young to have any input.
No, you're not. There's video evidence. I assure you, you are not.
One of the events that unfolded over Blerdcon over the weekend was there was a caper at the Blerd Station press booth, and we found the culprit. But for those who don't know, here it is right now. This is D from Three Black Geeks trying to solve the crime. So that caper was the caper of the ginger ale. There's several bottles of ginger ale were just left and no one knew who did it. And that was D from Three Black Geeks trying to figure out who left these bottles. It turns out it was our very own Navy Montel. So
you know what?
It turns out it really was the old man who was behind the caper.
I'm going to tell you, it wasn't. I'm going to tell you what. It wasn't me. It was one of the Blerdcon
lies.
No,
it was one of the Blerdcon staff. It was one of the Blerdcon staff do it. They brought the ginger ales for Blerd Station.
Yes.
See, he said it
they
was
didn't
you.
want to interrupt the stream, so they put them there. Of course, everybody's like, "Hey, do these belong to you? Hey, do these belong to you?" Nigga, you see me with the microphone. Why are you asking me?
It was me.
The case of the sweeps.
It was me.
Oh my God.
Eris, and we were just talking, and like I was watching y'all turn back. I was like, "Who left the ginger ale? Why do both of them in unison look at each other and go, that's a trap?"
We've all seen horror movies where certain things just appear out of nowhere. And it's like, nope.
What did they? Somebody said it was the CIA.
He goes over there like doing something.
It's a lot of black people in ginger ale. They love it. We'll get them now. It was like, no.
He's like, nah, this is some kind of government conspiracy. I'm gonna go investigate.
You start going, there's 8 ginger ales. Let's break down the number 8. 8 for the fact of I'm telling you, they went that way. There's always gonna be one dude.
So we'll start with Tafari. Second year doing Blerd Station, and you were behind the scenes, and you actually did several interviews yourself. What was your experience this year?
Yeah, Dirty 30 at Blerdcon. That's one way to bring in a new chapter of life. That was fun.
Yeah.
I like the new location. We got a lot more space. I didn't know that location had a door, so that was news. Yeah, when you walk into the section that we were in, originally I just stole a chair in the middle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went bowling too. That was fun. Thank y'all. We are all equally terrible except Lainey for some reason.
Shoyo too. Shoyo was showing out too. It was kind of close for them two alone only.
No, like at one point we were all trying to bowl normal, and then Lainey just started chucking it and get like back-to-back spares for like the next games in a row. But yeah, my ghetto ass was like, well, this walkway is gonna get annoying, so I just stole a chair and just kicked it in there. And this dude from the hotel comes over, so me and Demetrius, who was already over here fidgeting with their TV, is just like, shit, here we go. He's like,
why are y'all always trying?
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna be Atlanta Comic Con. We're gonna get in trouble again, and we barely started because he started unplugging the cable and everything. He's like, yeah, we can hook the laptop. I'm like, you know they can see us, right? Like I didn't know the TV even rotated this way or came out this far until you got over here. So the hotel dude comes over and is like, hey guys, watch this. Moves the chair and there's these 2 sliding glass things. And I'm like, oh, that's a little bit more professional. We're still technically under NDA territory, so all I can say is thank you, Cartoon Network, for letting us come see Iana.
Nigga, don't ask. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did get to see it.
Wait, that was the hardest of segues.
I'm going in order of the way things happened.
Here's part of the crew. This is the majority of the Blerd Station senior press team. Mine is yours truly. I'm slightly jealous.
Yeah.
Only because I wasn't there having fun with my friends. I wanted to go and hood rat stuff with my friends.
I wanted to make sure we got that to these say like, who's all in your crew? Bam, there you go. But yeah, Iano was cool. Thank you to them and Blerd official for hosting that. People, Ozzy with the many drive-by interviews, Marsha Blueberry coming out the cut. Lizzie, Midnight Comics, Navy, the tabletop room was magnifique, sir. Thank you for being our ever-loving dungeon master. So I very much
vibe there.
Yes, you very much were a great master of ceremony. I know life, especially because you've been very honest with us, and life has dealt you some heavy hands, but you handled that shit phenomenally. Like even Hilton was like, Montel is asleep, he's asleep, don't bother him. So I had to wake him up at 1 a.m.
Like, how do you go back on saying what you said you not to do?
Yeah, all the stuff I got from people. So thank you to our favorite headband bae, Miss Renita. Her booth did very well. She gave me a Haikyuu and a My Hero Academia headband.
Nice.
Somebody else who I never met in person calls himself the Black Bob Ross. He also made me these custom Sonic and Shadow coasters. I don't even know how he did these, but made me come fight.
Nice.
He had waiting on me, so
we're just gonna give you some nice little Sonic coasters, Far Eye. We're gonna give you coasters with Sonic and Knuckles on them with happy little trees.
I'm counting Janelle's things, my birthday present too. So thank you for Kaboom. Thank you Southwest for what is officially my last flight with y'all. Other people. Shout out to Ozzy, our homegirl Quinn, whose birthday was also that weekend. Make sure I ain't forgetting anybody. Yeah, the trucks were great. I'm sad the smoothie truck didn't come back. The ice cream truck and the soul food truck were very much hitting as usual. Getting to meet Janelle and do the interview with Flo and Kira was fun. Getting to try out a brand new tabletop game was an experience. Shout out to our sponsors. It was cool. It was cool doing the giveaways and seeing the kids light up when they got a new pack of trading cards, a new T-shirt, or some new posters. So it was a fun event all around.
Nice.
Lady Mandalore, who kicked it off with Roomful of Blerds and Navy Montel. They kicked off the show and they did a little bit of a read from Bitterroot, and they did a thing. So, Lady Mandalore,
Ni hao.
My second in command, one of my favorite people, and she keeps me in line. Besides my wife,
I apologize.
No, she don't. She's New York. I don't, and I know what that means. So, your experience second year as Blerd Station Press, what was it like for you?
I could breathe.
Yeah,
I could breathe and I could hear. So that's always going to be a step up for me. I could not hear shit last year. I'm not gonna hold you. The music was banging for sure. But I was much happier to be further away from it this year. The live stream, I didn't mind. I was nervous about going first, but then I realized, I don't have to worry about following up after anybody. Whoa! So that was cool. What? It's true. We set the bar.
I didn't say anything. I'm sign language. You talking?
You had a whole face, but it's fine. It's fine. I love you though.
I have this face every day. Don't start with me. Don't do it.
Kisses. Love you.
Garbage. Okay.
See, look, trash. See, you can't take no. No, I was very happy to have Navy. Always my right hand man. He be keeping me in check. He make me feel less nervous about things when I start to talk about things and go off on tangents. But I really did like the fact that we had people kind of walking by and not knowing that we were live, so that I could lull them into a false sense of security and then say, "Oh, by the way, yeah, you're 4K, baby, or maybe 1080. I'm not sure, but yeah, say something into the mic. Yeah, what you got? What you want to say?" That was fun.
I was gonna say there are some moments you beamed on.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those were. Oh yes. Also that. I met a goddess.
How hard did you contain yourself not to want to mark out? Because I can tell right now that fist behind your.
When I seen the picture, when I seen the picture, the first thing I said was like, "Oh, she's Kira sized." Oh.
Listen, look, concentrated energy. Y'all be sleeping on us, little folk. We got the vibes. We take it with us everywhere we go.
Fun size twins.
And not fun, pardon me, not fun size.
Wow, really?
Concentrated energy like a nuclear bomb. Don't do it.
Kira was one of the many people who took advantage of her press privileges and got early for the talk. At one point, I'm interviewing Ozzy, and we can hear and feel the screaming beneath our feet from down. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I think Janelle started, or is in the middle." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot that was happening." I'm like, "Well, apparently just all of us." So it was very much, if you were outside and wanted to get in, you probably cried a bit.
Chuck Titty said it, but the milk tastes good. What you gonna do? Anyway.
Wow.
That's a whole story. I heard none of it.
So sorry for you. So sad. Too bad. You should have been there early.
They were
knew what it was
with getting in.
Huh?
That y'all were punctual getting in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the first thing Flo sent a voice message. She's like, "Yeah, me and Kira are in there setting up," and I'm like, timed it perfectly. That's all I can say.
Okay, sir. Now, to be fair, I looked at them and said, "You will be in this room. Ask nothing. Get over here." And they got there.
Mm-hmm.
I will get my people in the room. Don't play with me,
sir. Listen.
Did they forget that it's a band of pirates they're dealing with?
Shut up and go this way. Don't be. Oh my God, I can't remember his name with the swords with the eyeball.
Zorro.
Don't be Zorro. Don't be going off on some random goddamn side quest. Just
that's in the wrong direction.
I mean, you had to hike through a wind tunnel just to get down there. So
dang.
Navy. As the man who runs the RPG room every year at Blerdcon, and honestly, I'm gonna say it, for years that I've known you, you've been like the linchpin of Blerdcon. That tabletop room runs flawless every year, and not just the tabletop room. You have come in clutch in situations for the guests.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Reverend.
Just ask Cree Summer and Phil Lamar.
I forgot all about those.
I don't. I have a memory. I got a sharp one. But yeah, you are quite possibly one of the most dedicated and important members of the Blerdcon staff. And I don't tell you enough, which is weird because I got to thank you. Like every time, even before you came on the crew and I started coming to Blerdcon, I said, I got to find this tabletop room where Davey at. I was like, I gotta see my bro and catch up with you, and so seeing you here doing this particular action was unexpected, but nonetheless necessary.
Man.
Having words with the goddess herself.
I look fat.
You grow.
They're just shooting the breeze like they.
Okay.
You grow. Stop it.
Okay. I love the fact that as the referee is talking, she can't do anything but stare.
Maybe got.
Every time Navy was talking, she was just like.
The Riz on this man. I'm telling y'all. Don't be sleeping on Unc. It is.
He walked up like, Janelle, I have a word on my heart I want to tell you. And all she could say was, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look. It's funny you say the Riz on this man. Yeah, the Riz on this brother is because look, even the brother in the red shirt is saying it. Look, yeah, he got that. He got that Riz. Look, you can see it in his eyes.
That whole body was relaxed. There was not a tense moment in Janelle Monáe's body. That was relaxed. That was come hither.
Hey,
shout outs to my boy Brandon. He is one of the main superheroes on this team for Blerdcon. That's my brother right there. All love, dedicated to it. Make sure that she was good. This year was magic, and I say that every year, but it felt like this year, I feel like the word had gotten out about Blerd, and people took the time, took a chance, and it paid off. This year, the tabletop room was in another hotel, and we were still banging all weekend.
All weekend.
All weekend. Lainey and Kira and Shokwo and Tafari, they will tell you it was bumping all weekend. And that's just a testament to everyone giving it a chance. They're opening more of a platform besides video gaming, because I don't know how the video games were and I really didn't care, but every table in my room was loaded. My team, the volunteers, superstars, they made sure that everything flowed like water, and they looked at me and they said, you don't have to stay here. And I'm a father. I'll make sure that all my kids are good. But when Hilton hit me up at 1 a.m. about Janelle Monáe, I was like, fuck, are you kidding me? Come on. I never screamed nigga so loud in all my life. I was like, fine.
Speaking of Janelle, she decided to give her most heartfelt thanks.
You have no idea how much joy it is for us to watch, because this is literally what we do at Wonderland all day, every day, friends, family, and we consider y'all our family now, right? I felt it, but now y'all really family. So don't forget to follow the rest of your family online. We're on Instagram, Kaboom Game, and so if you also do the bar with your phone, it'll take you to our site, and it'll take you to like all of our pages online. So tag us when you're playing with your friends and family so we can repost, because again, we just started. We're a new Black-owned company. Of Wonderland as well. And we just want to say thank you again, Hilton, for gifting everyone.
Absolutely.
Montel, thank you so much for giving us access to this space. We don't take the support lightly. We are a community. We know what it is to be entrepreneurs and to start from the bottom up. So that's what we're doing with this game, and we want to continue to bring people together. We need community more than ever in real life. In real life, conversation. How old are you? Yeah. 9. We have a 9-year-old in here playing with us. And he's beating everybody. I'm saying to say I've seen 9-year-olds be off their phones for hours.
Say word.
Or more playing this game. And we played with a 95-year-old. So generations are coming together, and we just are so thankful that we get an opportunity to have you before it all blows up. So anyway, we love you guys. This is your game. You're our family. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Tafari, for getting that footage, because like he said, he films everything. You never know what he's going to catch.
Everything except the Oprah moment downstairs where everybody got a book.
Oh, I got that. I forget. I gotta upload that to y'all. I got that one. I got for sure.
Lady
Whose job was it?
So,
were they just put the seats, or did someone have to go from Blerd?
No, they were that's what was taking so long for people to get inside. They were literally taping them underneath each seat in that room.
Whoever
it was
on
an Oprah
staff-
moment for real.
Whoever on the staff got stuck with that job, salute you, because there was
Two
they
people.
that-
From
that
what
is
I
the
saw,
largest-
two.
That is the largest amount of
So-
chairs they've ever had down here.
So for those who are trying to figure out, and you may not hear us because of the way it's set up, what Lady Mandalore is talking about is in the main ballroom. They had basically the one-on-one interview with Janelle Monáe, and she was talking about her new book, Archandroid, her new graphic novel that's coming out, and just some of the pictures that you've seen from the main ballroom and showing off this new book. And luckily, everyone was able to get a copy. So they were taped under the seats, as she stated. So yeah, thank you, team. Griot Horror, Lainey. This was your second year as Blerd Station Press. You've gone several times before, but this was your second year as Blerd Station Press. And you and your husband did a phenomenal job for your block.
Man.
Like I said,
first of all, we did not do that alone. So I appreciate that you put me and Jay in there, but shout out to a room full of Blerds as well, because she was able to help with that segment. We did hot takes on Star Wars stuff. And so we were trying to think about what we was doing.
And boy, were those some hot takes.
I was pissed. I was a little pissed. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to keep it together. I was a little pissed.
But then the banter was awesome, and it just was a really fun time. We really did try to get a lot of stuff. So like over the next couple of weeks, he's going to be going through the footage and trying to do separate interviews. I'm also going to ship that off to you, Chris, as well. It was a real highlight to actually, I didn't get a chance to get it on film because it was such a spontaneity. But I met Dulce Sloan, and I was like looking at her. She's looking at me, and I'm like, I know you.
I was so mad that she was there. I found out after the fact. I was pissed.
Yeah, man. She was so cool, and it's the funniest thing was like that's not her voice on Daily Show. So I almost started to. I thought that was like her regular voice, and maybe a little toned down, but that's her regular voice. Like nah, like she's a whole octave lower, and
yeah.
So it was just really cool to meet her, and also shout out to I believe Black Marvel because homegirl, I think that's her homegirl, and she was with her too. I also got to meet Denzel Draws. I followed him for like years and love his work. So we were able to actually talk to him as well. So we just were able to talk to a lot of different creators. It was very fun. Shout out to Hag Entertainment for this lovely fan.
Where them fans at?
They were just like, you know what? It's yours. I was like, I love y'all. So it was
shout out to Lo and April.
Yeah, they're completely dope.
April and them
actually
are
wanted to talk to them too, but they were so busy. So that's a good problem to have.
Oh yeah,
But yeah.
Provided that things go well for the following year, you may see Blerd Station there again. The margins is looking pretty decent. But we don't want to keep our guest James. Yeah, screw it. He's family now.
Yeah, you stuck with us, buddy. You stuck with us. Accept your fate. Accept
I'm here.
All the stuff you've done and we've watched. I'm like, yeah, he's been in our houses, so it's like, yeah. Shout out to Flo of Noir Neon Vibes for getting a lot of the pictures together. Flo is she's an MVP. Good Lord, that woman is an MVP.
Facts.
Everywhere.
She is our Barbara Walters. That woman, she gets it in.
Lady, that was the first time you and Jay met Ozzy, right? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We got to talk to him too. Like I said, it was phenomenal. We got to talk to a lot of people. We have about maybe, I would say 10 or 12 interviews.
Y'all were on your time. I promise.
Yeah.
I did not see. If I did see y'all were working. Y'all were talking to somebody.
Between them and Demetrius and the Predator shoot, everybody was on a mission this weekend.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing to see.
Like I said, the crew was like Voltron, and we got we know what to do when the lights will come on. We know what to do. James the Third, put you up center here, my friend.
Bless you.
Talk to the people. Tell them where they can find you. All the great stuff that you're doing, going to be doing, where they can get to you next.
Okay. You can follow me at Rule of Three Inc. on Instagram. I'm on other socials, but Instagram's the only one I'm using right now. ruleof3inc.com. My Kickstarter is going through April 1st. That's Junior. You can find that in the links on my Instagram. And please watch Fairly OddParents: A New Wish. It is on Paramount Plus. All episodes are on Paramount Plus. 10 episodes are on Netflix. Please listen to Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood. That's wherever you get your podcasts. And I don't, you know what I mean? Just, what something else, more stuff in the coming down the pipeline. So
go to that Kickstarter,
follow and see what's up. Yeah, go to the Kickstarter. See the Kickstarter. Go to the Kickstarter. It's right here. It's on the. It's right here. Go to the link.
Yeah, go to that link. I'm at the bottom. You see me? Hello. Go to the link. It's right down here, right across there, right over there.
Pro tip: if you hit pause on this and do a screenshot, you can go to your photos and actually highlight the text and put it into Safari.
Look at that text. Techies over here. we do what we got to do for the people so they can see everything that's going on and put things like in perspective. Here we go. James Third Comedy, which is your comedy stuff. You're doing your stuff there. Rule of Three Comics, also on IG. So go show some. You know what we do over here. Quit playing, people. Y'all watched this long enough. It's been 5 years now. In April.
and also at Rule of Three Inc. That's
that part.
Listen, I got the accounts. You know what I'm saying? It's just accounts on accounts. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on several different accounts and just whichever one you want to follow. I'll see you there. Okay, I will see you there.
Please, James. Thank you for stomping through. Please reach out again when you got more stuff or you just want to hang out.
Truly anytime.
Like, cause this. Like I said, when you gave me the short bio, and I'm like, cool. And then I go to the IMDb, and I'm like, damn, I know that dude. He's touched a lot of stuff. He was on the last. He worked on The Last OG with Tracy Morgan. I only eat 4 cheese lasagnas.
Jordan Peele was on set that day, and I met him. I did not meet Tracy, but I did meet Jordan Peele that day. He complimented me, and I was like, I'm gonna hold on to this for the rest of my life.
This man over here touching greatness.
I still remember
that is.
But also, sir, hire me.
I know. That's what I was like. How do I finagle this into more stuff? It did not finagle into more. It certainly didn't.
Not yet. No, we won't put that up in the atmosphere. Not yet.
Okay,
Issa
you're
Rae,
right.
Jordan Peele, Tracy Morgan. Any of you higher upper echelon black folks, please.
I was like, didn't Carl also work on The Last OG?
Yeah.
Did. Carl Jones worked on Last OG.
Connections.
So it's there. You're in the pool of greatness. It's Clarence Avant, that's his name. Clarence Avant. If you look this brother up, it's an older black man, Clarence Avant.
Okay.
It's like the godfather of music and entertainment. Like, this man knows everybody. If you think that Frank Sinatra knew a lot of people, Carl Avant knew everybody. Clarence Avant, I'm sorry, he knew everybody.
Yeah,
no lie. He was like, and he's laid back about it too. Like, yo, so yeah, you're in that pool of like you've been around greatness. You've brought greatness to the screen and to the stage, and so yeah, it's
look. I do what I can. I do what I can.
Well, you're doing it.
Bless you.
You're doing it. So, man, my guy,
the work is notable.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, the work is notable and received. If you got kids, especially black children, watch Fairly OddParents. It's a good show. You don't have to, even if you haven't seen the original, you can just pick up and start with Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's all that matters.
Yes. Yeah.
Lady Mandalore.
Hi.
Talk to the people.
First and foremost, I am going to do this on Sunday, so be prepared, Navy. I want to say thank you to Navy for letting me tag along with him on this great Blerd experience. You literally made a dream of mine come true. You were a linchpin in me meeting somebody that I have admired for also damn near decades, sir. I still have not processed that you have done that for me. I have not cried, but I will be crying probably this weekend at some point, not on camera. I don't do that. But to give this man his flowers, please join me and him on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Twitch as we continue our journey into promoting indie comics and doing some voice acting things along with them. We will be going through potentially 2 to 3 comics this weekend. Yeah, especially I'm sorry, I gotta flex. I got this one and I got this one. We gonna talk about these two.
For those who are language illiterate, Le Twitch is not a French disease. She's talking about the app.
The Twitch. You can catch me on here. I do the voice acting thing. I am the voice of the Gray, and I also do other things, especially on Lord Talk Story to Me.
Mm-hmm.
And random stuff every once in a while. That's about.
Of course, not the random stuff. Oh no,
random things, pop-ups, and what have you, and whatnot. Okay, bye. I think
our griot de horror, Lainey from Geek by Heart. Talk to the people.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I am Lane from Geek by Heart. Me and my husband run Geek by Heart. You can find us on our socials at Geek by Heart, IG, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. Right now, we are trying to be a lot more consistent in what we're doing. So pretty much we have gotten a lot of movie reviews from the latest movies since, I would say, January. Our latest video has been The Last of Us season 2 trailer. And we are going to do some episodes we're going to do some videos about the episodes and what is coming for season 2. So please keep hold of that. On Wednesdays, I stream. Right now, I'm streaming Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I should be finishing that game right at the beginning of April. So then south of midnight. In April, I think 13th is coming out, and I'm going to stream it day 1. Doesn't matter what day it comes out. And then I'll start streaming it the regular days of Wednesdays at 7:30 and Sundays at 5:30. And Jay's going to start streaming Gears of War 5, hopefully tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow at 7.
Our nailsmith. Is that a thing? A nailsmith?
Technician.
It's now.
Technician.
No, she's past technician.
No, that's fact.
The smithing part, that's like, oh no, that
nail artiste.
You go to the blacksmith when you want the bomb ass sword.
Fair.
You don't go to the sword maker. No, you go to the blacksmith. That's the one that gets in there, makes you the Hatari Hanzo swords and all that other stuff. Talk to a whoopie freaking dude.
You can find me on here and TikTok. That's about it. At whoopie freaking dude. And if you're looking for nails, I don't know if you can see it. Just a quick.
Well, I thought she had a whole fold out thing like you do with cards.
God damn, he does. She does.
Shit.
And woman.
I don't even wear nails, and I'm impressed.
She got a catalog, ladies and gentlemen. She got a catalog.
See, like I said,
If
nails.
it wasn't here and you didn't see it and you want it, just let me know and we can make it happen.
Yep.
There it is.
Awesome.
Shit.
That Art the Terrifying nail was my favorite one lately.
Oh man,
they were all awesome, honey.
Never a bad job. Never a bad job.
And I don't wear nails, and I can tell you that shit's sharp. That shit is sharp. Tafari, our boots on the ground, man with a plan. Talk to the people.
Yeah, the plan is figuring out what all we got and what order to profit in. Thank you so much. Thank you, Blerdcon. Thank you for all the presents and the gifts and the headbands. Renita, next time, let me know, and I'll happily put somebody in a chokehold. Trying to think, what else did I miss? Oh yeah, people that I see all the time and forget to say words to. Shout out to Kaish Black, Terribly Cosplay, the homie Venture Bros. Finally reminded to say words to you all this time, so thank you. Working on time stamping the streams from Blerdcon so y'all can find your favorite parts easier. Thank you, Flo and CJ, for being my models and hand models when we were doing giveaways. Yeah, thank you to just everybody who made that weekend cool. We're trying to get all the follow-up stuff done. We had bills to pay, so we had to make sure those people were taken care of first. Yeah, we had 1,000 different little segments that came out of that, so you'll be seeing more of that soon. We'll get back into streaming whenever I get caught up with the rest of that. Working on my own stuff, things I'm trying to do by April. Voice may pop up in random places. Still haven't heard back on that yet, but I'm just doing a bunch of stuff. Stay tuned.
Navy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It is I on location in Las Vegas, so I can earn a paycheck. There's Frosty Bearded Blerdcon here.
Hey.
To everybody who came to Blerdcon, supported the mission, supported each other, made new friends, reunited with others, had the chance to enjoy Janelle Monáe and all the other guests. Thank you so much. As a representative of the team, y'all are the reason why the con succeeded and made all the naysayers shut the fuck up. Okay.
Heard it.
I'm called, like I said, everybody knew how hard people were working at their con. So if you got something to say and you didn't show up, you mean nothing to me. Anyway, if you want to know what shenanigans I'm up to, please hit me up on all across social media. Navy Montel everywhere. I will be uploading content as soon as I get back from Vegas, to including my opportunity to chat and to host Miss Janelle Monáe's brand new game Kaboom, which is a lot of fun. If you ever get a chance to pick it up later, by all means, I'd show my copy, but it is out of hand reach. It's over there. Sorry. If I could say one thing, there is something that Substantial said in one of his songs he did with Mega Ran. He said, a check never outweighs integrity or respect. If you are so worried about trying to get that money that you are stepping on other people, disrespecting their work, and you're being crucial because you think that's going to put you up higher on the scale, I've got news for you. You now look dumber than you did before. You now look really stupid. Why? Because people that are genuinely loving their craft are on the rise, and they're taking people with them. Look at Kendrick Lamar. That man has busted his ass, and everybody who was with him has been taken care of and continues to be taken care of. So that's what it's all about. If you're a content creator, about your business, about supporting the community, about supporting all efforts, by all means, don't stop. Don't let these idiots out here with 11 million followers who are all hollow and fake deter you for the mission that you're on. Because if you love what you do, and at least one or two people love what you do, you have succeeded. You have fulfilled your mission. Your mission statement is solid, and we will be here for it. Until then, leave them idiots be.
There you go.
That part.
Spartan before the muskrat decides to kick him out again. He has been fighting the entire show.
Yeah.
to Starlink.
She's in the background too.
To Xfinity and all internet providers. Macha e libra escomonto spuncata.
That means that's your ass. I think. Or close to it.
It's a way worse translation than that. See they're gonna keep up with it. But anyway,
I will be his angry Luther translator. Chupa mabolas. I know that.
I almost went for a Swahili cuss word, but I was like, I'm not too confident in that right now. But that being said, Black_Spartan 615 is where you can find me. Of course, the show is still the same. How the fact we got here, because somebody's got to talk about the fact that we now have a buy here, pay here car lot at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That's right. Come on down. The used car salesman with a fake ass toupee and a guy that takes too much ketamine wants you to buy Teslas. Anyway, that show happens every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Of course, me, Tafari, and Joe will talk about video games and whatnot on Get Bit Fridays at 8:30ish as we cover everything that's happening, including the new casting. Hey, how do y'all like y'all crackhead Mary Jane?
Baby.
Just saying. I'm not
it's not crack. It's meth.
No, meth is way worse coming from the state that invented it. But anyway, hey, Tennessee's known for two things, and one of them's meth. But that being said, guys, shows can be found wherever shows can be heard from. Always not to take off from the Reverend, because whenever the Reverend speaks, people listen. Don't believe me? Ask Janelle Monáe. She was lost in the sauce. She was, sir. She was. You could invite her to the Church of the Saints and Aints, and she would have gladly placed membership that day. You probably could have got a baptism out of her on the same day. I'm just saying, a little bit of water never hurt nobody. That also being said,
Why, you've been on a roll today.
The rules still apply. I have a lot of anger.
It's the blood moon.
Oh my God.
It's the blood moon.
It's the blood moon, and it's getting ready to be a lunar eclipse. So yeah, it's
just a lot. But the rules still apply. Respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent, folks. Please treat people like human beings. Plus, I got kids, which means I would like to take my kids to cons, but my kids are walking petri dishes. Please wash your ass. Please wear clean clothes, because if they get sick, I get sick. And if I find out that you got my kids get sick, I'm whooping your ass. I'm just saying. The third rule is the same rule I have for everybody else. Again, this world is cold, and I do mean cold, but be nice, be kind, talk and share your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
I need to give him a sermon thing made up. In the meantime, it is your man on the wall.
Please do.
In the meantime, this is your man on the wall, captain of the ship, Chris Fury. We want to thank our guest, James III. Go check his Kickstarter out. Go check him out. Rule of Comics on IG. Rule of 3 Comics Inc. and Rule of 3 Comics on IG. Go check that Kickstarter out. That link will be in his bio. Blerdcon 2025. Blerd Station did it again for the second year in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kevin Murphy. Thank you, Demetrius Holt. And fuck it, I'm patting myself on the back too.
Sir.
As you should.
As you should, sir. As you should.
I was my namesake. I was the man on the wall. I was watching everything. I was making sure that stuff went smoothly, and it went great. What can I say that hasn't been said already, or that the crew hasn't stated already? But because damn, this is like Firefly. Each one of y'all represents a certain part of my emotion. Thank you.
I will watch that show eventually.
Yeah. So it's definitely you need to. You can get it out in a day. Thank you to the crew. Fantastic job in everything you do. You're like, I don't even say cannonballs. That's a poorly choice of words. You're like super spies. I say, hey, this is what we got to do, and it gets done. I don't have to look over, and I hate micromanaging. It doesn't fare well. But y'all are amazing. Y'all did your thing. Y'all showed up, showed out, showed off. Possibly made some people jealous. Sucks to be them. Good. But you all did your thing. You brought your A game, your A+ game, your 100+ ultra in over 9,000. You did all the above. I couldn't be more proud. Kevin says the same thing. I can't say it enough. I'm probably one of the luckiest people I've seen on the internet and through podcasting worlds, because I don't know any another crew that's this tough. There it is. Y'all, I'm not gonna make you cry. Just
no, I was gonna say, in a world, if you're jealous, I'm sorry for you. But if you're jealous, stop being Lil Wayne, try to be Kendrick.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Look at the energy we keep bringing. Lady Mandalore might hate One Piece, but she's not going to deny them. Some bitches get the job done.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I guess.
If you would like to see a launch for similar your con, we're going to need a 90-day notice and a budget, because flights are not getting expensive and less accommodating. Or if you would like a game master or a tabletop man or a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, hire Navy for all your dungeon master needs.
We're getting too far getting into the voice game. Speaking of which, you can catch yours truly on all things, including Talk Story to Me, with these two lovely people on Spotify. So what role am I playing? Damn near every version. I can't tell you which ones in particular. You can catch me on the Brave Ones. Thank you to Kendrick West. You can go to the Brave Ones on YouTube, and I play the voice of Dr. Pfeiffer as well. I've worked with Midnight Comics playing Bruce Wayne / Batman. I done some stuff with ACX. I'm probably going to be doing some more stuff because this brother got to get paid now. Yeah, money's got to start flowing in. Remember, everyone, to hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell on the YouTube channel, the subscribe button on Twitch. Remember to keep us going. We are live Tuesdays and Thursdays. Next Tuesday, we promise you, we're going to do a quick recap of Daredevil episodes 2 and 3, because
we sure didn't get to that tonight. Oh,
because that ain't who you thought it was at the end. I'm just saying. So, that ain't who you thought it was, but
he's coming to collect on that motherfucker real quick. I promise you that shit.
Oh, definitely.
You ain't gonna slander his name for very long.
So yeah, tune in for that. But as I do with every show, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, most of all, encourage yourself and others. Thank you to our guest, James III. What project haven't you seen? Thank you, James, for coming through. Right, like Navy said, like, this man's touched everything. He's been around greatness. He's been in the pool of greatness. So we will see you guys Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Lunar eclipse tonight. Be careful.
And I'm staying inside.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. So I'm just saying. But until then, we will see you guys next Tuesday. Rest up, don't doom scroll. Get up, fight wherever you can, speak out wherever you can, call out the bullshit. Don't be afraid of it, because you know we aren't. And until then, we're out.
What in the world?
What new neutral source?
Oh my God! No.
What is this?
What was that? I don't know. We are out of here.